Adrian, I guess to start, do you have an update on how severe Pat's ankle is, or kind of where he's at?
Uh, they're gonna evaluate him in the morning, and that's all I was told right now.
Was the plan for Chris to kind of close the way he did, or was being a little short with some of your wing depth kind of have him?
We had to make a decision during that fourth quarter. We had him in. We decided to put him out, take him out for a few minutes, and play the last 5 minutes. And he was clutch, man. We needed every minute of him on the floor.
And I guess to that point, the fall away as shot clock expires, hits another mid range and assist to Brook. Just what kind of impact was he down the stretch?
I mean, you could just tell he's been in this situation 100 times, man. Just so poised, under control. Down the stretch, he just took over the game, and his veteran leadership is invaluable. Whatever minutes we have with Chris on the floor, we're just elite team, And I thought that he and Giannis, and along with Dame, but he and Giannis, you could tell that they've been through this once or twice. Their chemistry. I was down the stretch. I was looking at, Dame hit a couple big threes, and I was trying to get a play for him again, and Giannis was like, "Hey, we got to go to Chris," and they're like twins, they read each other and they have such great chemistry. And he was right, Chris down the stretch, man, really took us home.
Speaking to that, he throws that alley-oop to Giannis late. Giannis hits the clutch free throws. Just what can you say as the ball's hanging in the air? What are you thinking in your head?
No, I'm thinking is that I trust them completely. They've done some things as far as just reading each other that we've never discussed. They just have a connection with each other, and you could tell they've been together forever. And, during clutch time, they know what to do, and you just trust them. As a coach, you trust them. They've rehearsed this play, probably hundreds of times. So I completely trust them down the stretch.
I think Dame on one of those threes, Brook has the offensive rebound to kick it out to him. Would you see from Brook kind of being able to contribute and have the night that he had while doing everything that he did defensively?
Brook is Brook. He does it all. On both sides of the floor defensively. I know Bam scored his points, but how he scored them, Brook does a tremendous job of guarding him and then trying to protect the paint. There were times he was out on the three-point line guarding, and then on the offensive end, just coming up with big plays, down the stretch, just a heady play of grabbing that offensive rebound and finding Dame. I mean, that was a critical point in the game there.
Seems to be a theme with some late defense for you all. And then again tonight, I think after Lowry gave them the lead with a three, 118-115, it was like 3.5 left. They're shooting 50% as a team. I don't think they get another one in rhythm until the ATO for Duncan Robinson with 30 seconds left. So what did you see from your three-point defense there in the last 3 minutes where they went from shooting 50% to not even getting a look?
Well, again, I think just the urgency, the end of the game. Your fourth quarter has to be your best quarter, and your last 5 minutes of the game is critical. Obviously, I would love for that intensity to be more of a 48-minute game. But to credit to the players that, we've shown down the stretch when we need to get stops, we get stops, and we need to execute on offensive end, we do so. Again, I say this, I know I'm like a broken record, but, this is about growth, and we're only, 20 games in or whatever. We need to continue to stay focused on just getting better each day, and we'll look at the film, find ways to get better. Listen, you got to tip your hat off to Spo in Miami. It's tough to come in here. They got some. I know Butler was out, but they still got some elite players and proven players, and they showed it tonight. So this wasn't a cakewalk by any means. It was a hard fought. Both teams competed, I thought, to the utmost. We were fortunate to walk out with a win, but I thought our guys really stayed the course. We kept our composure. and poised down the stretch, and that's what you have to do on the road.
Coach, what did you think of the team's start to the game? I know we've been talking a lot about bringing that fourth quarter energy to the first. What did you think of it tonight?
We held them to 22 points, I believe, in the first quarter. So, it's going to be ebbs and flows during the game. I thought the way we started the game was tremendous. We executed well. Give them credit again. They got back in the game. They got hot. They got some really elite players there, that really puts a lot of pressure on your defense, just the way they shoot the ball. If you're going to help off of when Bam has the ball, you got to make a decision. If you're going to come and try to double him or help, they got elite shooters, Lowry, Duncan, Robson. They got players, and so this was not an easy game whatsoever. But I just love how this team is just building so much resolve. I just love the way we fight at the end.
Dre came in and he hit back-to-back threes in the fourth quarter. What did you think of his contribution tonight?
Yeah, he was huge. Just a rookie coming in. I say this respectfully, but sometimes ignorance is bliss. He just let it rip, and he played hard, and we don't win that game without Dre. He flies around and gets offensive rebounds. He's defending, and I think the more where he gets accustomed to the NBA, get accustomed to the players and their tendencies and whatnot. He's going to be a terrific player for us in the future.
I think Dame had 13 points in the final 6 minutes. Just how much confidence do you have when he comes in for that final stint that he's going to be on the floor? And what have you seen from his teammates to have that trust in him to just kind of let Dame do his thing?
The first time I really got to meet Dame was in 2014. It was in the World Games, and he was trying out for the team. And unfortunately, he didn't make the roster. But just being around him, I got to know him a little bit. He just always had like this quiet strength, He just he has utmost confidence. Doesn't talk a lot all the time, but you can see when he steps out on the floor, he makes me believe. His confidence is so elite, is so high, and you just feel that we got a chance. When Giannis is on the floor, when Dame is on the floor. I remember as a player, I played with Dirk Nowitzki when we went to the finals, and you just always had this confidence that you're going to get back in the game no matter what. And I feel the same way with Dame. I feel the same with Giannis and Chris. Just these guys just know what to do, and they're cool and calm under pressure. And it's like they're built for this, and you can just, you can sense it seeping out his pores, just can't rattle him. And, he lives up to his reputation, for sure.
Just finally, win Group B. You've earned a home game next week with in the in-season tournament. I think you're playing the Knicks.
The Knicks, yeah.
But I guess that's the prize, right, to get another home game. So I guess can you just speak to this run of winning 4 games in group play and getting that chance to do this next week at home?
I think the most important thing is really Chicago. We got to regroup. This is a very hard-fought game. I know the in-season tournament is important to the fans. It's important to the league. It's important to us. But I think for us, and we don't want to look. You never want to look too far ahead. We got to get ready for Chicago on the road again. I think we have. I want to say Atlanta, who beat us really bad earlier in the season. We got to be ready for them. And then, we'll get to the Knicks. That's going to be another hard-fought game. I know Tibbs personally, good friend and mentor of mine. I know he's going to have his team ready, but, let's focus on Chicago and go from there.